Welcome to Roy Tech video tutorial. Today we're going to talk about how to create the hardware configuration part 2. So if you remember, in the last video we already created a project and basically we discussed about all the elements that we need to put into the hardware configuration, as it's supposed to be the power supply and the CPU of our PLC. So now finally we need to select the digital inputs and digital outputs that we are going to use in our project. So to do that, we need to go to the file SM300 and just selecting here the sensors that we are going to use. So basically we are going to select analog inputs, analog outputs, digital inputs or digital outputs. And for this video, the only thing that we are going to use are digital inputs and digital outputs. So we need to select in here digital inputs, and basically we are going to select this one in here. Why this one? Because this one, it is going to have 16 inputs and all of them are going to work with 24 volts. So in this case, I am going to put this digital input into the slot number 4. Then I am going to put another one in the slot number 5. And finally, I am going to put in the slot number 6. And for my digital outputs, I am just going to select this one in here, because this one, it is going to work with 0.5 amps. So I am going to put it in the slot number 7, number 8, and finally the slot number 9. And if you look at this part of your screen right now, basically you're going to see the address of each digital input or digital output. So for example, in this case, the first digital input that we are going to have into the slot number 4, it is going to start with the address 0 and 1. The next one, it is going to start with the address 4 and 5, and finally the last one, it is going to start with the address 8 and 9. So if you want to change this address, the only thing that you need to do is just make clicking here, go to addresses, and then uncheck the system default. So in this case, I am going to start with 2 and press OK. So you are going to see now that the address starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, and finally we're going to select 4 and 5. Why 5? Because remember that each digital input and digital output are going to have 16 inputs. That goes from 0.0 to 1.7. Same thing with the other one. That goes from 2.0 to 3.7. And for my outputs, I am just going to go to the addresses, and then I am going to start with 100. So this one will be 102. And finally, the last one will be 104. So as you can see in here, the hardware configuration looks perfect. The last thing that we need to do is basically save the hardware configuration. And then if we close our program, you are going to see that in the PLC, now we're going to have the brain of our project. And finally, inside our brain, we're going to have the blocks where we can start programming our project. So basically, this is it for the moment. Thank you for watching Roy Tech video tutorial. See you on the next video.